What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're getting into my Conference USA tournament predictions. So, before we get into this, just want to let you guys know I've made every single conference tournament video up to this point. Besides this Conference USA, the SWAC conference, and the Ivy League conference. These are my final three that I need to make the final day of conference tournament predictions. So, if you want to check out all the other ones, you may do so. But anyway, let's look at the bracket here. And starting out with the top overall seed, at number one, we have Florida Atlantic. And believe it or not, this is a potential bid thief conference here. Because Florida Atlantic, I think, probably is good enough to be in the tournament, even if they lose. Let me find the conference. There it is. But yeah, Florida Atlantic finished 18-2 in conference play. And then number two seed, always a really good program with North Texas finishing 16-4. They had a really good season last year, also continuing it this season. Number three seed made the tournament last year was UAB finishing 14-6 in conference play. Number four, we had Middle Tennessee finishing 11-9 in conference play. And then five, we had Charlotte finishing 9-11 in conference play. So that rounds out the first round buys. Going to number six here, we have Rice with a tiebreaker between 6 through 8. Rice, and then FIU finishing at 7th, and Western Kentucky finishing at 8th. All those teams finished 8-12 in conference play. And then we got number 9, UTEP finishing 7-13 conference play, tied up with Louisiana Tech finishing also 7-13 in conference play at 10th. And then the 11th seed, UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio, finishing 4-16 in conference play. All right, but let's do the predictions here now. Let's start out with Western Kentucky versus UTEP. Good matchup, obviously, an 8 versus 9. Matchup could always go either way, but I'm going to go with Western Kentucky, the 8 seed to advance. They're a good program. Also, I forgot to write Charlotte in there. Let me just see this real quick. Sorry about that, guys. Don't want to misspell it. Is that right? No, there's a O. All right. Not a 0. Oh, there. Okay, there you go. But now FIU battling it out against Louisiana Tech. Good matchup between these two. Honestly, I think this is a closer game than this matchup between Western Kentucky and UTEP. These two just went into overtime just barely on the second, and Louisiana Tech won by a point. So this is a good matchup between these two. I am going to go with the upset picker with the 10 seed Louisiana Tech. I think that they're slightly the better team, but this one could go either way. And then we got Rice versus UTSA in the next matchup. Yeah, I don't see UTSA winning that one. I know Rice is in the midst of a 4-game losing streak, but I don't think that UTSA is going to have enough in that one to win. I mean, they did just beat Rice earlier in February, but I think that Rice can bounce back from a 4-game losing streak there. All right, moving on here, we got Florida Atlantic versus Western Kentucky, a 1 seed versus an 8 seed. And I am going to go with Florida Atlantic to advance there. Then Middle Tennessee versus Charlotte. Good matchup between two good teams here. Both teams have lost 2 straight here. The last time these two play was back in January, and Middle Tennessee won by 4 points. So I am going to go with this is a tough one. I'm going to go with the upset picker. Let's go with Charlotte. I know they finished 2 games back, then Middle Tennessee State. But I'm going to go with Middle Tennessee to fall in the first round. Then we got North Texas versus Louisiana Tech, a really good matchup here, I think. I think Louisiana Tech could make some noise in this tournament, but I like North Texas too much in that one. I'm going to go with them to win. And then UAB versus Rice. I do think that UAB, the hottest team in this conference right now, have won 6 straight games, will advance past Rice. All right, so for a spot in the Conference USC Championship game, Florida Atlantic versus Charlotte. I'm going to go with Florida Atlantic. The 1 seed just been dominant here in this conference. I think that they can win that game. And then moving on, we got um, North Texas versus UAB, rematch, I believe, of last year's tournament. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was in the finals last year. I'm gonna give the Mean Green their revenge. I really do like North Texas as a program. I think that they can win that game. And then Florida Atlantic versus North Texas. Obviously, Florida Atlantic wants to get that automatic qualifier, but I'm actually going to go with the Mean Green to win against Florida Atlantic. Obviously, Florida Atlantic's a really good team, but I like North Texas. I've always have liked this program for them. I think that they could pull off the upset. And always, I feel like this Conference USA tournament can go really a lot of teams. I mean, there's a lot of good teams in this conference. UAB, but obviously the top three is Florida Atlantic, North Texas, and UAB. And I think that North Texas can pull off a big run in this tournament. Obviously, I think that Florida Atlantic still deserves to be in the tournament, but maybe the committee sees it differently. I don't think that they would, but we'll see. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video today. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed the content. Comment down below your Conference USA tournament predictions. And anyway, peace